Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? Hang on, I got a brand new coffee this morning. Yes, I do. Hang on. Yeah, that is really a terrific cup of coffee. I visited my local Trader Joe's. I haven't been there in a long time. And they had this coffee on the shelf. This is the Wake Up Blend. Organic, fair trade, Wake Up Blend ground coffee. And they say that it's smooth and well balanced. Medium roast. Boy, this is a nice cup of coffee. I really enjoy this. This is a 14-ounce bag for $7.49. Very good cup of coffee. This is really a delightful cup of coffee. And again, I haven't been in Trader Joe's in some time. I was in the area. I went in just for a few items, walked out with more than I thought I would, but that's just the way it is at Trader Joe's. I fill up my cart. Lots of good stuff there. Love that store. Happened to talk to the manager, the captain, named Mike. Very nice guy. We talked wet shaving because when I went there, they didn't have any of this. They had it on my second visit there. The Trader Joe's shave cream here, the moisturizing cream shave, mango and honey. This is great. I will use this in a pinch for a face shave, for a head shave, in the shower with a cartridge, out of the shower with the safety razor. If I'm pressed for a little bit of time, using this as a pre-shave, this is terrific as a pre-shave. And I find that the scent, the honey mango, it almost impresses me a little bit like coconut, just a little bit, but honey mango. I get those scents as well. But anyhow, this complements the Bay Rum shave soaps that I have. Had a shave with this, with the Atomic Age Bay Rum. I use this as a pre-shave, and then I use the Atomic Age Bay Rum. Boy, what a great shave. Those two scents just complemented one another. So I really like this a lot. If you're interested, 8 fluid ounces for only $3.99 at Trader Joe's. And again, the coffee, the Wake Up Blend, is $7.49. Really enjoy this coffee. So Trader Joe's, just nice folks there. The captain, Mike there, was terrific. Hannah, one of the crew members, bagged up my groceries. Really just thanks to her. I mean, just a really nice experience there. I love going there. Haven't been there in a while. And I'm glad I stopped in twice because I forgot some things. I went back, the next day. So, and they had the shaving cream the next day, which is why I was so happy. That's how we got into a conversation, Mike and I. What are you looking for? I'm looking for the shaving cream. Oh, well, it's not there. Well, maybe we'll get it in. And so I went back the next day, and sure enough, there it was. They must have gotten the delivery. So, $3.99, 8 fluid ounces. I like it. I like it a lot, and it's very good in a pinch. Good with the safety razor, good with a cartridge, whatever you want to use. Now, I got to show you something else before we kick things off. As you know, I'm a member of the National Cartoonist Society, and I get a lot of notices and updates from the president of the organization and what's going on and that sort of thing. And I got an email at the beginning of the year, probably mid-January, beginning of February, somewhere in there. The cartoonist Al Jaffe was turning 100 years old. Now, Al Jaffe is a Mad Magazine cartoonist. Now, if you read Mad Magazine like I did when I was a kid, you know Al Jaffe. He is famous for the fold-in feature on the back cover of Mad Magazine. There would be, you would look at the page, and there would be some art there and some text and kind of setting up a gag, and then you would fold it in to reveal a whole new image and the joke behind the original image and that sort of thing. A really clever feature, and it was just a staple for Mad Magazine for years and decades, really. And I had the honor and the pleasure of meeting Al and a lot of other Mad Magazine cartoonists and writers through the National Cartoonist Society. Anyhow, I got this email from the president saying that, Al Jaffe is going to be 100 years old. Do a cartoon, a birthday card, that kind of thing, and please send it to him. We're going to, we're going to surprise him with this. So I finally got a thank you card from him for sending that along. And there it is right there. I just thought that was so neat. It came in the mail. And of course, you can see a great big thank you for helping celebrate Big Jaffe's 100th birthday. Madly, Al Jaffe. That's how he signed all of his art, Madly, because Mad Magazine. And of course, you can see here, it was addressed to me right there like that. And there he's got it right here, which says, what is that? Thanks for your card. It made my day, which was kind of nice. Now, we have like 600 members in the National Cartoonist Society, maybe a little more, since I've always, when I first became a member, I heard about 600, 650 members. There might be more since I joined. But if everybody sent them a card, I understand the postcard thank you note, so to speak. And I just was thrilled to receive this from him. And I'm thinking maybe he hand lettered that address. That looks like the hand lettering of a cartoonist. Pretty sure about that. So that was kind of neat. So I did a cartoon for him and I did a poem. You want to hear the poem? I'll read the poem to you so that you might be curious. I'll just, okay. I'll read it for you. All right. Thanks for humoring me is what I mean to say. So I did some cartoon art, and on the inside of the card it reads, "Happy birthday, Al, 100 years today. I wish you all the best in each and every way. An entire century, 100 trips around the sun, and all the time cartooning, spreading lots of fun. And let me say thank you for all the fun and jest. Your cartoons, doodles, and sketches made Mad Magazine the best. Your style was distinct. It really set the stage. Mad was always complete with your art upon the page. So birthday congrats again. We are all beholden to a truly great cartoonist, the master of the fold-in." So yeah, thanks for humoring me and letting me share that with you. I was 100 years old. I never thought that as a kid reading Mad Magazine that I would meet Al Jaffe and Mort Drucker and Sergio Aragonis and all these other great cartoonists with Mad Magazine. Annie Gaines, Bill Gaines' wife, Bill Gaines was the publisher, got to meet her and have a nice friendship with her. Met all these great people. Never thought that would happen. And here I'm sending Al Jaffe a card for his 100th birthday. Oh, we're all sending him cards for his 100th birthday. Wow, that is just, I never, knocked me over with a feather. I never would have imagined that. But neat little piece of cartoon history there. So thanks for humoring me on that, and thanks for, allowing me to share that with you. So we got some great stuff this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the ride. So let's kick things off with a Monday morning viewer shaving tip. That's a good cup of coffee. That is really a good cup of coffee. They are correct when they say smooth and well-balanced. It really is a smooth and well-balanced cup of coffee. Wake Up Blend. I'm looking at the label here. Wake Up Blend from Trader Joe's. If you got a local Trader Joe's in your area, check it out. It really is a good cup of coffee. Okay, this morning's viewer shaving tip comes from viewer Al Spencer. We were exchanging some emails, back and forth, and this email had a tip in it, which is why we're using it this morning. And Al writes, "Mark, thanks for your input. I don't know why, but in this season of my life, I just love the bay rum scent." I do too. There are some great bay rums out there. And again, I'll just mention again, the Trader Joe's Moisturizing Cream Shave, Honey Mango. This is great as a pre-shave. It really does complement the bay rum scent. I just like it. It really works for me. And again, it's only $3.99 for 8 fluid ounces. So it's not a lot of money. So you know what? Check it out. If you got a Trader Joe's near you, pick up a tube. It's great for shaves, but I've been using it for pre-shave lately, especially with the bay rum, and it just seems to complement that scent. Anyhow, he goes on to say, based on your recommendations, I will probably be trying Phoenix's Atomic Age Bay Rum CK6 Soap and Aftershave next. Yeah, good choice. I've got it in CK1, which is very good. CK6, yeah, I like it a lot. And all the Bay Rum soaps I've tried from Sterling, Global Shave Clubs, Captain's Choice, Phoenix Shaving, they're all great. They have their little nuances, but they're all great. Yeah, I agree. Love the Bay Rum scent. Oh, and don't worry, if I don't like it, I won't blame you, laughing out loud. Thanks very much. Thanks again for your input. Oh, by the way, as far as used blade disposal, I'm using empty toothpick holders. When full, just throw the whole thing away. Or obviously you could recycle them too if you want to, but he adds cheap. And he enclosed a couple of photographs of that. And yeah, that is a great way of disposing of or recycling your used razor blades. I never knew that. So if you're looking for something to store your used razor blades, check out empty toothpick holders. A really, really nice tip. So thanks very much for that, Al. Really, really do appreciate it. And to say thank you, here's an original George sketch for you and only you. And all you have to do is email me your snail mail address at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original George sketch from me, all you have to do is email me a shaving tip, and if I use it on the Monday morning mailbag, you too will get an original George sketch. So just email those shaving tips to me at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com. Thanks again. Thanks again, Al. I really do appreciate it. And I'll get this in the mail to you as soon as you get me your address. So thanks again. Well, we're off to a great start this morning. And as we always do at this time of the show, let's go back for a refill. Hey, you like that? You like that new music? Yeah, my nephew Mike contributed that. Yeah, Kelly contributed the mug. I don't know if I showed you the mug this morning because I was talking about the card and everything else. The mug came from my niece Kelly, of course, and this is a favorite, Ohio, and of course, it kind of mimics the night sky, and we've had some clear skies here during these summer months, which is great. And that little jingle there was done by my nephew Mike. On the piano and everything. So I hope you enjoy that. We're going to be using that. I think it's a little more. I think it's a little nicer, a little softer for the morning. I think it just works better. So let me know what you think in the comments below. But Mike did that. Jingle courtesy of Mike, mug courtesy of Kelly. So yeah, my nieces and nephews really. They really support me in the channel. I'm very, very appreciative to them. Anyhow, in this morning's refill, we are talking about shaving the head. We got some great comments from viewers. This is a standout here from 10 Fluid Ounces 30 Minutes. That's his screen name. And this was regarding Corey's decision to shave his head bald. He's got a full head of hair and he wants to shave his head. And some great suggestions here that I wanted to pass along to the viewers, just in case you're kind of deciding whether or not to shave your head. Maybe you want to do that. And 10 Fluid Ounces, 30 Minutes, wrote some really great tips here. And he writes, Corey, the prospective head shaving viewer, the advice which Mark Zarady gave is good. You have a few more things to consider too. More soap and lather is needed for the head than for the face. That's a very good tip. That falls in the category of getting a really good slick lather up there. But yeah, I think that's probably a better way of putting it. More soap and lather absolutely needed for the head than for the face. That's really that is I think key because you want a lot of good protection up there when you're doing a head shave. When head hair is normal length, before you ever start to head shave, first, either trim it all using electric clippers or the clipper trimmer of an electric razor, or use services of a barber to cut the hair as short as possible. Again, this is another great tip that I missed, and thank you so much for mentioning it because that was kind of my journey over a number of years. as my hair started to fall out and I started losing my hair, I was going to a barber, and I just came to the realization that there's not really a lot to cut up there anymore, and I should just do it myself. So I did go out and invest in a pair of clippers. I bought some walls. Now I have two pair. This is my newer pair, and I have a pair that I've had, gosh, maybe 25 years, something like that. And by the way, if you buy a wall, these are American made. I bought the American made wall clippers. If you buy the wall, they will repair it and they'll stand behind it. And my original pair of clippers had a bad cord, and I sent it to them, and they tuned it up. They replaced the cord. They did all this great service work to it for like $15 and shipped it back to me. I couldn't believe it. So I still have those. I'll show those to you next show. But anyhow, these are my newer pair right here. I probably have to oil that up a little bit there. But yeah, this is what I used, and it came in a kit. So let me show you the kit here. It comes in kind of a clamshell kit, and it came with a variety of combs that you can clip onto the razor head and vary the length. And I started doing that. I started using some of those different combs, and I gradually just got it shorter and shorter and shorter to where I was just using it like this. And just using it on the lowest setting and just running this around up on my head. And that's why I had that little bit of a fuzz security blanket where viewers finally said, why don't you shave it all? But yeah, this was a really, really helpful tool in deciding whether or not, it's a very helpful tool in deciding, helping you on your journey to get rid of your hair and go completely bald. Now, if you don't want to buy one of these, yeah, going to a barber, that's another really, really good option. And just shave your head that way. That is a very good option. But thanks for mentioning that, because that's exactly what I did. And I forgot to mention that I used electric clippers. However, it was a transitional period over a number of years, and I just started to take it down lower and lower and lower. Having lost everything up here, I kind of had that donut ring, and I just started to cut it closer and closer and closer and closer to the point where, it's almost like I might as well just start shaving it. So that was kind of my journey. But yeah, a really, really good helpful tip: electric clippers, or use the services of a barber. He goes on to say, once that is done and you are ready, it is your turn to shave your head. Use either a very mild double-edged razor or disposable cartridge razor or disposable safety razor. You may want a handheld mirror combined with a wall mirror to visually check your progress on your head shave for the parts of the head which you normally cannot see. But you will learn to monitor your progress of a shave by feel with hands and fingertips after a few shaves. Your shaves will be a bit faster by then. Very, very true. Another great point. Same thing happened with me. If you see my early videos of me doing my head shave, my first head shave, I am using a handheld mirror, and I am looking in another larger mirror on the wall, seeing what my progress is. Then Jimmy out of New York, he's got a great wet shaving channel. He does some great head shaves. And he was saying, Mark, I do it by feel. I just kind of do it by feel. And you know what? I started doing that. And yeah, it really, it becomes a little more efficient, and it's not as confusing because you're just kind of going by feel and you can kind of pick it up, and it does go a little quicker. So thanks for mentioning that. I really do appreciate it. You can choose how often you want to shave your head. I find that if shaving my head every 2 or 3 days, a disposable safety razor or cartridge is a good choice. If more than 6 days pass after the last shave, then a double-edged razor is much more efficient than a cartridge or disposable razor. I agree with that too. However, I will say that a safety razor for me, regardless of my hair length, gives me a little closer, more efficient shave. Cartridge razors are a good option, especially if you're a little pressed for time. I've done it in the shower with something like Trader Joe's shave cream or a Cremo, something like that, and that works very well in a pinch. However, I find that I get a more satisfying head shave when I use a safety razor, a brush, work up a good thick lather, that sort of thing. It just seems to me that an hour or two after the shave, the head is still smooth. Whereas the cartridge razor, I'm starting to feel a little bit of growth there. So I think I'm getting a closer shave with a safety razor. So 10 fluid ounce, 30 minutes. Thanks very much for those comments. That's absolutely great. Now, Mike Perit added, he added this regarding the head shave. It will take others time to adjust to your bald head. I was buzzing my head with a 1.5 guard, and from a picture I noticed I was balding starting in the back. Told my wife I was going to shave my head, and it took her about a month to adjust when it wasn't that much of a difference. Here's the interesting thing with me. Again, people didn't have that sudden shock of my being bald because they saw me, every day, every week, every month, whatever it is, and they saw the gradual loss of hair over time. So when they saw me with completely shaving my head, they hardly noticed because that fringe was so closely cut with the electric clippers here. So it was, just doing the head shave with the blade. They really didn't see a great contrast there. If you got a full head of hair, there is going to be that big contrast. Now, ran into a friend named Lee. I met him through some mutual friends, and I saw him, and he has completely shaved his head. And I asked him, Lee, it was so coincidental that he showed up with a shaved head. And he also worked out and lost a little bit of weight. And I said, you got to send me some before and after photos. So he did. He sent me a before photo. And he did this last May. He just decided he was just going to shave his head and do it. And, he just went right ahead and did it. And everyone seems to have adjusted to it very, very easily and very, very quickly. I think it looks good on him too, as a matter of fact. And of course, he started working out, lost a little weight as well. And he tells me he absolutely loves it. He loves it, especially when he goes swimming. Hair's not getting in his eyes, that sort of thing. So yeah, there are some advantages to it. He did realize, though, that when it's cold outside, your head can get a little colder sometimes, and a hat is warranted, and I have found that too. But I have found also that my body kind of adjusts. But in the winter, yeah, absolutely, got to have a hat, especially if you don't have any hair. That's something else to consider as well. So that's it for this morning's refill. About shaving your head if you have a full head of hair. And I just wanted to revisit that again. And Corey, I hope you're watching this morning, and I hope you go back to that thread and pick up some of those comments. I'm sure there were more there, but these two really, really stood out. So again, if you decide to do it, give it some time. Consider what we went over here, and electric clippers, or visit a barber to get things started. And, kind of go from there and see how it works out. And again, you've got the option of a safety razor, great cartridge razors out there, great safety razors out there, great soaps, great creams. But slickness, a really, really good lather on your head has been pointed out there. That really is key. And start mild. If you're using a safety razor, absolutely start with a mild safety razor. I hope that helps. And it was just a great refill topic. So thanks again to Mike, and 10 fluid ounce, 30 minutes. Okay, it's time to check out some shaving gear and some shaving deals. Okay, we got a couple of items here this morning in the shaving gear segment, and an update of sorts from a couple of viewers regarding Razor Rock. The first comes from viewer Keith Osmond, who writes, "Hey Mark, first, congratulations on 6,000 subscribers." Hey, thank you very, very much, Keith. Now, if you're watching this now and you haven't entered, get over to my video where the contest is taking place for 6,000 subscribers, and enter. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel and comment below and say, "I'm in" at that video. I'll be pulling the winning names on the 10th, which is tomorrow, in the evening sometime. So get over there before the deadline and enter. So just get over to that video, subscribe to the channel, and comment in the bottom of that video in the comments area, I'm in. Keith, thanks very much for mentioning that. I really do appreciate it. Anyhow, he continues, regarding the Italian Barber 4-pack soaps, they also offer a 4-pack of shaving sticks in the same sense, also on sale for even less. Love those shaving sticks. Black Label, a barbershop fougere, is my favorite. They lather well, have plenty of slickness. A good bargain at the regular price, a great one at the sale price. He continues to say, they currently have the Rapira Swedish Super Steel blades on sale for a ridiculously low price, $7.59 Canadian for 100. You can probably knock another 25% off that in American dollars. Decent blades, comparable to Astra Blues, plus a whole host of other sale items, including 100 Nassets at $10 off and 100 7 o'clock yellows at half price. Basically, it's worth popping onto their site periodically and checking their daily deals and other sales. They often have decent selection of products at up to, or occasionally, as in the case of the Rapiras, even more than 50% off. Thanks very much for mentioning that, Keith. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, an Italian barber, worth checking out. Now, Rod Ripplinger wrote and also commented on the Razor Rock shave soaps. And he said about Razor Rock soaps, I should have told you about the scents. They are all unique barbershop scents, all very different yet similar. Hard pucks like the ones you have. The artisan is Michel Perrault. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's Michele. I think that's pronounced Michel. Perrault, Peyrot, I think, of Torino, Italy. I looked him up online, and he has his own line of soaps too. So there you go regarding that. So thanks very much for that update, Rod. Really do appreciate it. So that kind of gives you an idea of what those scents are for those Razor Rock, that 4-pack of value shaving soaps that we were talking about. Now, here is a new razor that came into the shaving den. I've been wanting to do a review on this since it arrived. However, I thought I'd introduce it in the Monday morning mailbag, do kind of an unboxing, and then do the review. Kind of save a little time by splitting that up. Doing an unboxing while I'm going to do the review might take up a little too much time, but here we got all the time in the world. This came from viewer David Dart, and thank you very much, David, for sending this along. He sent along a Rapira Swedish Super Steel razor, and he very kindly sent this to me, and it came with the Rapira the Swedish Super Steel razor blades that Keith Osmond had mentioned. So you get 5 of these blades and the razor for about $8 to $10, depending on where you go online. Now they also have a couple of. They also have these razors with some different handle styles. I think black plastic or black aluminum. I'm not entirely sure what the material is. But what I want to do is I want to give you a look at the back label here. You can get a screenshot of this here. I don't know if that's a product code number there, or maybe this will help you here. So you can kind of get a look at it so that if you want this identical razor, you'll be able to match up some numbers and that sort of thing when you go to look for it, because it really has some nice heft. And it looks like it has a Gillette Tech-like razor head to it right there. So let's open this up and let's take a look at it right now. And again, it looks like it came out of Russia. They even have an email address here, right here. Can you see that? Right there. Okay. If you want to email them and get more information about this razor. But anyhow, again, just get a screenshot of that so you can see what's going on in case you want to get one like this, because it looks like a terrific razor. And it looks like it's in a bargain category, but it looks like it is very well made for what it is. And we're just going to open this up here. And we're going to have a shave with it here in the next day or so. And here it is right here. Yeah, that's got a nice That's a nice heavy handle to it. It's got some good heft to it. And of course, we've got the 5 Rapira Swedish Super Steel blades. Now, I'm using the platinum blades, so I have not used this kind of Rapira blade, but a nice razor. Not bad at all. It looks like it's a 3-piece razor. It has the Rapira logo stamped on the head there, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to, there you go. How's that? That look a little better? And it's a 3-piece razor. Okay, let's open that up. Yeah, good heft to the handle. And yeah, it's a tech style head. So I'm looking forward to having a shave with it. It looks like it's nicely chromed. Again, it looks like a good bargain razor, but we'll see what kind of shave we'll get with this. So thanks very much to David Dart for this. Again, great bargain razor for like $8 to $10. I like the handle. I like the style of the handle. That's why I showed you the back cover so you can match up numbers and get this style handle, because going up to eBay, there are different Rapira razors with some different style handles. So if you're looking for this one, that's why I wanted to show you the numbers. Now here, I've got my scale right here, okay? And we're just gonna weight here for you. Okay, so I'm gonna weigh this up right now. Just set it on the scale to give you an idea of how heavy this is. 2.5 ounces, not bad, 2.5 ounces. So that's some pretty good heft. Nice length. Looking forward to shaving with this. Thank you very, very much, David. I really, really do appreciate that. And, I'm kind of excited to see what kind of shave we get with this. If it's a good shave, this is one of these razors, you could throw this in your DOP kit if you're traveling away for the weekend and, get a good shave and not worry too much about misplacing it, that sort of thing. So this is terrific. The Rapira Swedish Super Steel razor from the folks at Rapira. So we'll be reviewing this here in the next few days and get that posted up sometime. So thanks again to David Dart. Thank you also, Rod. Thank you also, Keith. Really do appreciate it, gentlemen. Okay, so let's get some of these questions and comments this morning. The first one comes from viewer David Dart. Hey, David, you're back up at bat. And David writes, Mark, good morning, sir. Another great shave. I love, love, love Tabac. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that Tabac is changing their formula. They're going from tallow to vegan. I'm okay with this as long as the scent stays the same. Have you heard anything about this? Stay safe, my friend. David, this is the first I've heard of it, really. I have not heard anything about Tabac changing their formula at all. Now, I did a little research online. I can't find anything. I've emailed a company, and I haven't heard back from them. So I don't know what's going on. This is the first I've heard of it. And I'm with you. I'm not that bothered that they would change the formula from a tallow-based soap to a vegan soap, as long as that scent doesn't change, because I absolutely love the scent. And I'm sure that there will be some purists out there that if they were to change their formula, they would reminisce at how great the tallow formula was. I know that we've seen that with Williams Mug Shave Soap. A lot of the folks out there who used it years and years and years ago, when it was the original formula, before they changed the formula, say that, oh yeah, the original formula was much, much better. I don't know. I mean, maybe going to a non-tallow based soap will boost performance, because there's some great non-tallow soaps out there. Parasso is non-tallow. Cella makes a non-tallow shave soap. And of course, the one soap maker out there that really kind of pushed me over the line in really accepting non-tallow soaps was Douglas Smythe over at Phoenix Shaving. These soaps are wonderful and they're non-tallow. So there's I guess you could say, a lot of technology, a lot of great ingredients that go into these shaving soaps. And, really, I've come to the conclusion that you don't really need tallow. There are some great soaps that don't have tallow in them that are just wonderful. CK6 is a perfect example of that. Parasso, again, the Cella non-tallow soap. If you want tallow, Sterling Soap makes some really, really nice tallow-based soap. And there are some other soap makers out there that are making tallow-based soaps. So, as long as it's building a great lather for me, has a great scent, gives me great glide and beautiful protection and those kinds of things, I'm not too concerned whether it has tallow in it or not. And again, I've learned that, that there are some great non-tallow soaps out there. And again, like I say, Phoenix Shaving was the one that really convinced me of that. And there's a lot of great useful information on their product pages regarding the ingredients that they use and how they compared it to tallow. Because, everyone considered tallow to be the benchmark, but I don't think anymore. I think that there are just a lot of great non-tallow soaps out there. I haven't gotten an answer from them, so I don't know. We could kind of speculate, all night long as to what's going on. I'd be curious to hear where you heard this. If you could comment below and let me know, that might help in doing a little more further research. But perhaps one of three things is going to happen. Perhaps it's just a rumor, and they're going to keep this formula the same as a tallow-based soap, and nothing is going to change. The second thing that could happen is, they're going to get rid of tallow. They're going to reformulate it. It's going to be a vegan soap or non-tallow soap, and the scent will stay the same. And maybe there will even be a performance boost. Maybe that's possible too. Or perhaps they're just going to keep this one the way it is, and they're going to be introducing a non-tallow version. So they'll have them side by side, and you can choose which one you want, just like Cella has done with Cella Red and Cella Green. So maybe that's what is going on. Again, complete just speculation on my part. I love Tabac as well, and I have just learned during my wet shaving journey that tallow is great in shave soaps. I like it. But I have also found that there are some great shaving soaps that are non-tallow that just give me some great performance. And some soaps I'm using without looking at the ingredients, and I'm not thinking, gee whiz, is there tallow in this or not? It doesn't come up with me anymore. I just use the soap and it gives me great performance. That's all that counts. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But love Tabac, love the scent. Hopefully, if I hear back from the company, I'll bring up the subject again on Monday morning mailbag down the road here. Let's see if they answer, and we'll see what happens. But interesting question, Dave. First I've heard of it. If I hear anything, I will definitely update on a Monday morning mailbag. Thanks very much for the question. Okay, got a couple of blog updates for you this week. The first is from the Global Shave Club's International blog, where Sheldon Quinn posts some helpful information. And he reached out to 11 random barbers in this particular post and asked them to rate 7 different safety razors. And he writes, I reached out to barbers on a barbers group on Facebook and got these 11 positive responses. So you can look that article over and see what their comments are on 7 different safety razors. Coming in at number 6, interestingly, is the Parker 96R. Now, I've done a couple of reviews on this, and it is a good razor. It is really nicely made, nicely manufactured, has a nice heft to it, good weight. It looks terrific. The plating and the black knurled handle and everything looks terrific about it. My only concern, and I've mentioned this in my second review, is that the entire handle here turns. The entire handle turns in order to open up those butterfly doors. Now, I noticed during my shave that if I'm holding it on that entire length of that handle there, and I'm rinsing shaving lather off of this razor head, if I'm just rinsing in the sink like this, that actually loosens up this razor head a little bit. At least that's been my experience. A little bit. Because obviously the whole handle turns here, and this is independent of that. So I find myself checking to make sure that this razor head is secure, because if it loosens up a little bit, then the razor blade isn't seated correctly, and you could end up nicking yourself a little bit. So I just wanted to point that out when you read their comments regarding the 96R. Now, there could be some sort of method that overcomes that. Maybe there's maybe you're tightening it. Maybe I need to tighten down a little more. Maybe it's the way I'm holding the razor. I don't know. I just wanted to point that out to you. Going forward, I am going to review this again, and I'm going to pinpoint that particular concern of mine and see what kind of result we get from that. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on it. It's a terrific razor. It gives a mild, efficient shave. Really, really good looking. Nice weight and heft. Just know that the entire handle turns in order to get these doors open. And I found that when I'm holding it like this and just rinsing it in the sink like that, this is loosening up a little bit, ever so slightly, but just enough to maybe, you could nick yourself. Just wanted to point that out to you. Now, also, Douglas Smythe posted on Facebook. Check out our blog on our site sometimes, folks. Lots of useful tips. Here's a classic on blooming. Chances are you're doing it wrong. And I'll link to that article on blooming and also to their blog. There is a lot of great, useful information up there. So I just want to point those two blogs out to you. If you get a chance, check them out. Just visit them. Peruse all the content there. Some really, really great, helpful tips from Sheldon Quinn and Douglas Smythe. Okay, so this next comment comes from a viewer named Gary, also known as GJC. He's written to us before, and he has a very interesting topic for discussion regarding three-piece razors. He writes, Mark Zarady, if someone needs to replace a top cap or base plate or whole razor head, top cap and base plate, then he has, in effect, a whole new razor, as long as he still has a handle which will fit. The question someone may have then is, what razor does this new head correspond to? You might be able to answer this, or some of the Monday morning mailbag viewers might be able to. Prices of razor heads vary. Some are moderately or more expensive, and some are extremely inexpensive. Some very low-cost heads are available from Maggard Razor. Yes, I bought a razor head from Maggard Razor, the V2, I think. It was very, very affordably priced. I think it's the V2. I'm not V2, V3, I'm not sure, but one of those razor heads. For comparisons, how do various razor heads themselves correspond among the popular, well-known razors such as Merkur 23C, Merkur 34C, Edwin Jagger DE89, Mueller R89, or other well-known, popular, high-quality ones? Imagine something that way. One buys a razor, some part of the head breaks, the person replaces the whole head, sets it with a still good handle, a full new double-edged razor, and he signs it Gary. Well, that is an interesting aspect, isn't it? If you have an Edwin Jagger razor head and it breaks, and you have a Mueller shaving head, and you take that Mueller R89, you put it on that Edwin Jagger handle, what do you have? Do you have a Mueller razor, or do you have an Edwin Jagger razor? That's a very interesting question. I'm going to put it out to the viewers to see what they say, because I know there are a lot of viewers out there, a lot of wet shavers out there, who love to switch the razor heads and handles and swap them out to get a different kind of feel for the shave. This is something I don't do. Because I think a lot of these razor heads lack branding. I don't know where they would be if I mixed them up too much. I like to keep an Edwin Jagger razor head with an Edwin Jagger handle and a Mueller razor head with a Mueller handle, that sort of thing. Because a lot of these razor heads really do look generic. And I'm afraid that if I were to put them on different handles, as I say, I wouldn't know how to switch them back. I wouldn't know if that's an Edwin Jagger or a Mueller or, that sort of thing. Now, Merkur is a little more distinctive in their razor heads, but then again, there are some other brands out there that have that Merkur style razor head as well. So that's why I don't switch off razor handles and heads. However, I did make one exception, and I've talked about this before, and that is the Razor Rock Game Changer. Now, a viewer named Greg from Virginia very generously sent me the Game Changer razor head. And I happen to have a Razor Rock stainless steel handle. The stainless steel handle came with the Mission razor head. I have that right here. And what I did was I took the Mission Razor head off of the stainless steel handle and I just put it in a little bag and I labeled it Razor Rock Mission Razor Head. And I know that this is the Mission Razor Head. And because it's a Razor Rock stainless steel handle and a Razor Rock stainless steel Game Changer razor head, this is now a Razor Rock Game Changer razor. As a matter of fact, I think they sell this this Razor Rock razor, the Game Changer razor, complete with this Bulldog style handle right here. So I have a Razor Rock Game Changer razor. Now, if I had placed this razor head on an Edwin Jagger handle or some other handle I have, would it still be a Game Changer razor? Well, it would be a Game Changer razor head on that style handle. But I'm glad I had a Razor Rock handle that really goes with the Game Changer head by design. I think if you go up there, you'll see that this handle is available for this razor head. So I was really happy about that. And thank you again, Greg in Virginia, for sending it along. It really is a wonderful, wonderful razor. This is the 0.68 gap, and it gives an absolutely beautiful shave. Wonderful for head shaves as well. So I really enjoy that. But that's the only time I've switched out a razor head. And now that the Game Changer is on this stainless steel handle, on the Razor Rock stainless steel handle, and it's giving me such great, great shaves, it's never leaving this handle. This is a Razor Rock Game Changer razor in my book right here. And as far as the Mission Razor Head, well, whatever handle comes along for this, I'll probably place on it. We'll see what happens. But until then, it's going to remain in this bag right here. So I'll put it out to the viewer. What do you think? What do you think if you swap out razor heads for whatever reason with handles? Does the razor head dictate what kind of razor it is, or is it the handle, or is it a mixture, or whatever? What are your thoughts on that? And again, a lot of wet shavers love to swap that out because it gives them the ability to kind of tailor the razor head to a different weighted handle and kind of give them a different feel for the shave. It sounds like it's a great aspect to the overall hobby. And if there was a little more branding for me, where I would know where the base plate and the cap plate are in swapping it out, I would probably do it. I would probably do it more often. But because there's no branding on it, and I don't know, once I swap it out, I won't be able to remember. Is that the Edwin Jagger razor head on that handle, or is it the Mula? I wouldn't know. So that's kind of why I don't do it. If you have a method where you know how to track that and you have traceability, let us know. That would be something too, because if there's a foolproof method of traceability, then I may try it. But I'll put it out to the viewers. What do you think if you have to replace your razor head on a handle, that sort of thing? What kind of razor do you have then? Thanks very much for that topic, Gary. I think it'll be a really nice topic for discussion. Thanks again. Okay, so this next question comes from viewer Mark Bagwell, and he writes, do you break down your razor after every shave? I know it may sound like a strange question, but I haven't always done it, and I'm finding many do. I'm wondering what your cleaning regimen is. Great, great question, Mark. And the short answer is yes. I break down my 3-piece razors after every single shave. I rinse each part. I dry each part. I reassemble it. I put it back on the razor stand. Absolutely. And I do that with all my razors. My 3-piece razors, like the Copper Ascension from Phoenix Shaving, I'll open it up like this, and I'll set the handle on a towel, and like that, and I'll take the this O-ring, this buffer ring out like this, and I'll make sure the drain is closed so it doesn't fall down the drain. I'll set this on the towel as well, and I'll take the cap apart. I will rinse both parts like this. I'll dry them out, and then I'll dry the handle out, rinse and dry the handle out, and I will reassemble everything once it's nice and dry without the blade in there. The blade comes out, and then I'll just go ahead and I'll hang that on my razor stand like that for the next, and wait for the next shave. And the next day, I'll either use that razor or I'll put it in the drawer and pull out a new razor, that sort of thing. Now, the razor blade will go on a magnet. I will rinse the razor blade and I'll place it on the magnet on my mirror. And I'll then, for my next shave, I'll pull that blade off and throw it in a different razor or the same razor and have another shave that way, whether it's a face shave or head shave, that sort of thing. But yeah, absolutely. I clean all my razors after every single shave. Every single time I do that. It's just a regimen I do. Now, prior to putting the blade on the magnet, I was trying to find a way to dry the blade off, and I would actually put it in a towel and pat it dry, not rub it, pat it dry, rinse it and pat it dry, that sort of thing. And then I would put it back into the razor and, after everything was nice and dry, and let it hang that way so it would be ready for the next shave. I don't do that anymore. Viewers enlightened me to the magnet trick of putting a little magnet on the mirror, on a metal part of the mirror, and then just putting your blade on there. So all I do now is I just rinse that blade, I give it a couple of shakes, and I set it on the magnet and let it dry overnight. And it's ready for the next shave. And the razor is completely dry and reassembled, and that's the way I do it. And I also do it in a similar fashion right here with my three-piece razors like the Meiji. I'll open it up and I will rinse the entire head in the water like this, and I'll just take a towel and I'll very gently dry these parts out like this, and I will then set this on a stand like this and let that dry open like that. And again, the blade is on a magnet. And the next day, I'll close it up and put it in a drawer, put it away, or I'll just pop the blade in, close it up, and have another shave with it. That's kind of what I do with my with my twist to open razors rather. Now with the two-piece razors, like the Progress, I will definitely go the extra step here with the Progress. I will take off the cap, and I will actually take out this inner sleeve right here, and I will rinse this out here. I'll take a cotton swab and I'll swab that out dry. Maybe even give it a little like that in there. Blow out a little bit of the excess, and then I'll just make sure this is all nice and dry. And then I'll just squeeze, if you can see this spring clip right here, I'll squeeze that spring clip and it'll fit right back in there. And then I'll realign the hash mark. And where's the hash mark here? Hash mark is right here, I believe. Is that the hash mark? Yeah, hash mark right there. Hash mark right there. You can see the hash mark and the triangle. I'll realign that and then, tighten that up again. And hang that on the stand, nice and dry, good to go. Blade is on a magnet again. Now, the only one that I don't do that inner cleaning to is the Parker variant. The Parker variant, the way the spring clip is located on the inner workings here is a little bit of a different design, and it's really difficult to squeeze it with your finger and your thumb and reseat this whole mechanism here within that inner tube there. So I will clean this out maybe every third or fourth shave, something like that. And I actually have to get a small set of soft needle nose pliers to kind of squeeze that clip and then reinsert that. It's just the way it's designed, and maybe my fingers are a little too fat to actually squeeze that together to where it can get, to where it can fit back in there. It just seems that there isn't enough clearance, so to speak, to just insert that back in there. Like there's more clearance on the Progress than there is on the variant. I wish they would change that design a little bit, because then I would be cleaning this all the time. But I do clean it as best I can after a shave, and as I say, after a third shave or something like that, then I will open it up and clean it out thoroughly then. So that's kind of what I do after every shave. After every shave, that's my ritual. And I've always done that. When I came back to the traditional wet shave, I did that. each and every time, and I've just gotten into the habit of it, and it works. It works really well for me. And matter of fact, I enjoy that. It's part of the process. Believe it or not, I enjoy it because when I'm not on camera doing a review, it's part of the process where, let's say I apply the alum block, and I don't rinse off the alum block, I just let it sit on the face and kind of set up. While that's happening, I'm cleaning my razor. And then after the razor's cleaned, then, little aftershave splash, right? And then, let that kind of sit on my face a little bit and grab my brush, then, rinse this, shake it, because these synthetic shaving brushes just clean up in a snap, right? Real quickly. And then, little aftershave balm on the head. And then I'm good to go. Everything's clean. Everything's all set. Everything's ready for the next day. And, it's kind of a ritual. So that's kind of the process that I have, more or less. It's a little different on camera because, I'm doing a review, but I find myself that, I will clean the razor, in between these steps of alum and aftershave splash and aftershave balm, that sort of thing. And I know that when I'm doing a review, I'm not cleaning the razor on camera. I'm talking about the razor or the brush or the soap while the alum is setting up, that sort of thing. After the camera goes off, then I clean everything up. And again, I find it to be a really enjoyable part of the process. There's just something about it that I like it. I like the whole process from beginning to end. There's something there that I just like the process. Like I said, there's something there that I love. I just love the whole process. It really is. It's kind of relaxing. You're kind of setting up your day. Or if you're shaving at night, you're kind of winding up your day. And again, just doing this little bit of work allows you to think about some things and, kind of reassess what's going on in day-to-day, in your business, in your life, etc. There's just something very calming about it. And really, it just, it's you, it's your time. It's you and that shave. And you get that time to reflect during the shave and during the cleanup. That's kind of what I'm saying. And I enjoy it. So yeah, Mark, thanks for the question. I hope that answered it. I clean up my razor after every single shave, and I absolutely love the process, and I love doing it. So thanks very much for that question. Really do appreciate it. Okay, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out the Executive Shaving Company. Use the code MARK5. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog. For my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this. I'm on Facebook. Check out my Facebook page. Check out Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements for some great shaving gear. Check out VikingsBlade.com for some great shaving gear. Check out Global Shave Clubs International for some great shaving gear. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark80, where you'll find all the products I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.